At the Tesla Cybertruck battery, and I wanted to take a look at it. And I thought it'd be fun to bring you guys along for the journey. So I got the box. It showed up. This is how Tesla ships all their batteries in these U-line boxes for hazardous materials, because I guess it's a lithium battery. But they ship all the batteries the same, lead acid, lithium ion, all in that same packaging. So here it is. This is the battery. Look how small this thing is. So it's very similar to, it's actually smaller than the lithium battery. Sorry, it got kind of loud. Yeah, so one of the things that I thought that was unique about this, it's very similar to the 16 volt, the low voltage battery that they put into the Tesla Model S and the X's and the 3s and everything now. It's a little bit skinnier. So the 16 volt battery is actually a little bit thicker here. And then other than that, it's about the same. It's painted black. I don't know if that's because it's Cybertruck. So they want it to look nice and cool, even though you'll never even look at it. But then inside of here, so here's the part number for it. It is 1679931-00-F. So they say the nominal voltage is 41.6 volts. So it says right there, 41.6 volts nominal. And then the rated capacity is 4 amp hours or 166.4 watt hours. So if you're a battery nerd, that's all the specs on it there. The cell combination is a 13S 1P. So I'm going to take that as 13S. So what's 7.1 times 30? No, I don't think that's right. I'm not very good at the whole S batteries. I know a 6S battery is like, I think it's 32 volts. Let's see. I got some RC batteries here. No, can't find them. Hey, what's up, Ramo? Ramo? Going over the Tesla battery. I got it right here. The Cybertruck battery, kind of cool. Little guy. I was just looking up. So some of the things that said on the top of it is it's 13S 1P for the cell combination. And so I was gonna turn my computer on and I was gonna pull up a RC battery to take a look at it, but I can't remember what 13S is. But anyways, it's 48 volts. So this is the cover for it. So it's got your positive and your negative lead here. It's got the typical kind of rocker plug that you see on all the new lithium batteries now. So what it is there's a plug that goes over the top of this, and then it slides and locks into place. So that's what it looks like inside of there. I'm gonna grab a voltmeter and just take a look at it and see if it actually is coming in at 41 volts like it says. So they call this battery, it used to be called a low voltage battery in Tesla's system. So you had the high voltage battery, the HV pack. And then now they've switched and they call this a medium voltage battery. So no longer low voltage, now we're at medium voltage. And the idea behind it is, so let's see if I can show you guys this. So we're at 0. From Indonesia, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's test this out. So red goes to positive, black goes to negative. Just kidding. So yeah, look at there, 40. Oh, it's dropping. It's using up that much voltage to power up my voltmeter. Okay, that's significant. That's interesting. So anyways, 41 volts, and it was dropping the longer I held it on there. I don't know why this voltmeter would tie up so much voltage, but oh, there we go, 41, 41.0, 39. So, I'm from Russia, dang, that's crazy. What time is it over there for you guys? So, yep, 41 volts. That's good. So yeah, Tesla's calling it the 48 volt system, but it's sitting at 41. So I don't know when the DC to DC charger is actually charging the battery, if it sits up at higher at 48 volts. But so the idea behind going, it's kind of crazy. So Tesla was the first one to kind of switch. For years and years and years, we've been at 12 volts. And so that means everything runs off of 12 volts. Things like your computer screen like this. This is the MCU screen for the Model S that runs off of 12 volts. When you roll down your window, it gets 12 volts to roll down your window and power that power window motor. And so all those things have to be changed, which is kind of crazy. So they had to not reinvent, but they had to go back to manufacturing, because they don't manufacture all their own parts. They get a lot of parts from other suppliers. And they had to say, all right, now the new spec that we want these for, no longer 12 volts, we want 48 volt systems. And I'm sure that took a significant period of time, which is maybe why the Cybertruck was delayed, because all those manufacturers have made 12 volt stuff for years now. I don't know how difficult it is to change windings in a motor to make it previously accept 12 volt and now accept 48 volts for things like a power window motor or whatever. But I would assume that it would have taken some time, especially for all these other manufacturers that have been doing it for years the same way. So kind of crazy that they decided to switch it to that. But now, so they can run 48 volts. And so say, for instance, these are my leads on the Fluke, right? You can take a wire that's like this, that's running on 12 volts, and you can significantly reduce the size of it because you're not pushing the same amount of amperage through this wire at a higher voltage. So they were able to reduce a lot of the wiring size. So I can't remember where I saw it, but the whole overall wiring harness was reduced. I don't know, I think it was by like a couple miles of reduced wiring inside of the Cybertruck, all because they went to that 48 volt system and went with smaller wires on everything. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, you guys got any questions from Moscow City or Indonesia? There it is. Let's take some measurements of it so you guys can see. So the overall width of it is 3.5 inches. Let's see if I can get you here. The overall length is 7.5 inches. And the height, and we'll include this plug here. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it so you can see. 6 3/4 for the height. So yeah, it's very small and compact. You know, you compare it to a traditional lead acid. Let me grab one of those. So here is a traditional 12 volt lead acid for the Model 3 and Model Y. So you can see, obviously, a significant difference. This battery weighs, I don't know, probably 2 pounds. This one weighs probably 25 pounds. So a significant reduction in weight. Obviously the size difference is massive. Well, I got a black shirt on, so let's hold it off to the side. But yeah, that's about it. So traditional 12 volt lead acid versus the new Cybertruck. This is what everybody's gonna start doing. So Tesla was the first one to pioneer it. I can guarantee you Ford's gonna get on board, GM's gonna get on board, all the other auto manufacturers are gonna start realizing that 48 volts is the way to go. It does make it kind of unique right now because, you know, you take for example, something like you need to jump start another car. Well, that other car is not going to be able to accept 48 volts. So they have to have step downs to go to 12 volts. So they do have the capability of going to the 12 volts. I don't know exactly all the details on that. I haven't explored it a lot, but I've heard that. So they are able to do that. But eventually, hopefully everybody doesn't start making up their own voltage. Hopefully they keep it pretty standard. Because if you're going to have somebody's got a 36 volt, somebody's got a 52 volt, all these silly voltages, they're not going to be able to work with each other. And granted, they probably shouldn't have to. We're not doing the old traditional jump start, one gas engine to the other gas engine and 12 volt, 12 volt. So you probably won't have to do that stuff anymore, but keeping everything standard would be a lot easier to do. So anyways, thanks for joining. I thought you guys would all like that. I thought it was kind of cool. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Do all the other things that you're supposed to do to help me out. And I appreciate you watching. Have a good one.